யூடியூப்ல அடிக்கணும். இந்த ஹேக்கிங் அக்கௌண்ட் அடிக்கிறான். காலி. இப்ப நீ ஒரு பேங்க் சொல்றாக்க பேங்க் வேற ஹேக் ஆகுது ஹேக் ஆகி போகல இதாக்க
பார்த்தது
கொரிய பேருக்கு யூஸ் ஆகல கக்குது பேங்க்ல காசு வேலை. அந்த ஹேக் சம்பளத்தை
அம்மா
சார்ஜ் ஏனுண்டு
ஏது
இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர்
ఇంకా ఛార్జ్ వచ్చి నోకో ఇట్లే కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం أما let's see. Let's see. Hmm.
Around here a lot.
ये बाइल ले बाइल This is working. Let's see. And map. Play. Let's see. And map is running. Only 8% completed. It's damn slow, man. Let's see. Wait a sec. Paste. As a site. SQL Map is an open source penetration testing tool developed by Bernardo de Mele, Asumpico Guimares, and Miroslav Stampa that automates the process of detecting and exploiting. Let's see. The simple HTTP get based test HTTP. Here we have used the U to state the vulnerable URL and evaluate the database. Simplest. So you need to identify the vulnerable. To save the request, right click on. So copy the whole request and see. Now that we have identified the potential vulnerability parameter, let's jump into SQL map and use the following command. SQL map r request file p vulnerable parameter. There was two flags r is read the file and supply the vulnerable parameter and it is enabled the database. After we have the database, let's extract the table from the database plot. How did they get the plot? The data name. गेट में URL देख के देना पड़ता है पोस्ट में. We're using get database method. Let's write, alright, let's write. It is not over till now. Let's see. URL. There is means URL, means database and tables. Host में read the request file. We provide one full parameter. Once we have available the tables, now let's gather the columns in the table. SQL view data arrangement, table name, columns, paste, plot, table, database, request text, database name, table name, columns, SQL request. I can simply dump all the available database. Database name. Request. Oof. Does the interesting direct and there we have it 99 and there we have it 99.99%. There we have it. The hell? I did not. Let's see, go faster. Copy the section, paste. We have repair the application called. There is this called flood. Yeah, we got this. You don't have to be a doctor to save life. It is simple. Okay. We got the flood. We have already. What is the current database? Uh, Mm, DBS, DBS. Uh, 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 you have not declared the cookies. While server wants to this. Yes. It's to know. Critical no failure found for testing is. I don't get it. How positive. Get it, man. Mm. Uh,
Hey, what is tag data? As you can see, we have our parameter blood group might not be injectable, but it will SQL map.text nano SQL guess the directory, what you will be doing is go. You can type in go buster tag you w word list sec list. You can type in start with comment, but you won't get anything. But if I were to go with the directory list me small text and go for 30 threads, you'll get the answer, and that answer would be blood. As you can see, we get a directory, so the answer would be blood. What is the current database user? So let's just see which type of request this is. Network search, and you'll see that is the post request. So in case of post request, this is a handy tool because you can not only use get request, but also post.
Inspect, track, reload, resend. It's a post request. I need this copy. Copy. And we will go in here. First we will create ls cp downloads. Yes. txt paste auto 0 to 0 downloads. Yes, there it is. We need to go with that. How is that? Because all right, let's do this. It's terminated for some reason. 20 more seconds. Yes. Yes, we got the IP. Let's go. There it is. We got this new site, right? Let's see. What is the type? What was the IP for now? 53. Sun is 53. This is the same one, right? And let's copy this. Copy. Let's go. No. Music dot txt. Let's delete this. Plus, why can't it copy it? Just a guys. Yes, there it is. Control 0 X. Now SQL map U HTTP. Same. RP RPDBMS. Let's see. R rec dot txt p is this one. This is found over. What the hell? DPS. 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 Let's see. Yeah, we are getting something. Warning test shows that post parameter there is useful that is testing something. Let's see. Checking if the target is protected by post parameter appears to be MySQL 5.0.12 and time-based blend sleep query. Inject average looks like the backend. Do you want to skip test payload specific for other DBMS? Wait a sec, let's see what they give me. They did no. Let's see. No. Do you want to include all tests? Yes. Yes and no. Let's see. Yes. Then there is no. What is this question? Example of host is vulnerable. Do you want to keep testing the others? No. Only one is there. Let's see what we get. Parameters. Available databases. There are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 databases are there. Blood scheme MySQL. Let's see this. Can copyright. That is that blood. Paste. Blood flag users. Now let's see users. Copy. Paste. BBSCRS users. Let's see. You got many users. Demo users. Other full name. We need this username. Let's see. How to get the username. We could have done this from the start. First. There is this. I don't see the username. Nare look. The Nare is wrong. There is no other. This is the current DB users. Google is very big for that. So guys, I don't know.
Requests. So
Let's see.
Time is money. Investing in a licensed Creative Cloud plan gives me the tools to
map.text. You'll see I get the entire request back. I get selective blood group you want to play at. So level and risks for injection. So now that we know, let's just use another
So
parameter
he do something important here.
SQL injection payload, and you'll see right off the bat I get select your blood group, and I get these in the result back. So as you can see, we have our backend database as MySQL, and it is asking, do you want to skip the test payloads for specific other DBMSs? So let's just say yes, because we know that it has found everything, and the backend database appears to be MySQL. So it says that what level and risk do you want to play at. So level and risks, they are two functionalities that you get here. So the more the level number of level and the more the risk that you provide, the more in depth it will try to look for SQL injections. As you can see, the post parameter blood group is vulnerable. Do you want to keep testing for others, if any? So let's just say no, because I know that blood group is already vulnerable. So now that we know, let's just use another parameter, because it is asking for the current database user. So what you can type is current db, because this will give you the current database user. And let's just see if we have found any. Let me just remove. Okay, let's just say SQL map tag help or tag HH.
Searching the man page.
As you can see, this is to retrieve the current database user. Let's just remove users, local. For some reason it isn't providing me the username, but in your case it will, because I did try it for a while and it might have cached it, so it is not showing it to me. The current database appears to be root, but for the sake of
Let's try this SQL map or .txt CURI current DB, right? Something like that. No, that is not that. SQL map. Just let's see. What was that? Current user, not current DB. This, I don't know, for some reason most is misaligned in the my. There is a fix. I once did that. Now I don't know how that is. I did it at that time. Let's see. Paste. Root localhost current user. Let's see. We found the answers. Go root. Nice. Now let's begin the real journey. Start recording. Guys, let's go with this advanced SQL injection. There is a batch 2 SQL Slayer. Let's see. SQL injection remains one of the web application's most severe and widespread security vulnerabilities. This threat arises when an attacker exploits a web application's ability to execute heavy SQL queries, leading to unauthorized access to database, data exploitation, data manipulation, or even complete control over the application. In this room, we will understand advanced SQL injection techniques providing a comprehensive understanding of sophisticated attack vectors and mitigation strategies. By the end of this room, you will have a deeper understanding of various SQL injection techniques. This will equip you with the skills to identify and exploit these vulnerabilities in multiple scenarios and implement robust defenses to protect your application. Learning objective. Throughout this room, you will gain comprehensive understanding of the following key concepts. Uh, Second order SQL injection, filter evasion, out of band SQL injection, automation technique, mitigation measure. Learning prerequisites. An understanding of the following topic is recommended before starting this room. Guys, go and complete these rooms. Before doing this, I just completed this room, right? Where it is. I did this, see, it's a walkthrough I just watched. So you can go that, complete that room. I did a live, you can go, what was the name of that live? Wait a sec. There is this live still going on, I don't know. It is in live, you can check it out. Connecting two machines. You can start the virtual machine by clicking Start Machine, the bottom attached to registers. You may access the VM using a text box or your VPN connection. Later in the room, we will use a vulnerable application to perform an exercise practically and familiarize ourselves with the various attack vectors. Please wait 1 to 2 minutes after the system boots completely to let the autoscript run successfully. Before diving in, it's crucial to clear understanding the target machine's database version and operating system's details. To achieve this, we can utilize Nmap, a powerful virtual scanning tool, to go through scan. The scan will provide a valuable insights into the room ports, running services, and target machines. Operating system for those unfamiliar Nmap, we recommend leaving your comprehensive Nmap room to get up to speed using this tool. Here is the scanning the machine. 3306. Is that it? 3306. This medium. Why is it they are giving like that? Very easy, they made it. Let's see. You can do the scan. Let's see, I will scan it. This I just did that SQL map. Let me just paste. It will take some time, right? It is take some time. Let's go through next. Let's see. In the last SQL injection room, we explored the basic of SQL injection, understanding how attacker exploits vulnerabilities in application to manipulate SQL queries and access the unauthorized data. We covered essential techniques such as an error-based and union-based SQL injection and blind SQL injection method, such as Boolean-based and time-based attacks. Here is a quick recap of the room covering the four essential types of SQL injection. Types of SQL injection: inbound, out of bound, infraginal, error-based, union-based, Boolean-based, time-based. Inbound SQL injection. This technique is considered the most common and straightforward type of SQL injection attack. In this technique, the attacker uses the same communication channel for both the injection and retrieval of data. There are two primary types of inbound SQL injection: error-based SQL injection. The attacker manipulates the SQL query to produce error message from the database. These error messages often contain information about the database structure, which can be used to exploit the database further. Example: select star from user where ID 1 and 1 is equal to convert int select version, returned version. If the database version is returned in the error message, it reveals information about the database. Union-based SQL injection. The attackers uses Union SQL operator to combine the result of two or more selected statements into a single report, thereby retrieving data from other table. Example: select name, email from user where ID is equal to 1. Union all select username and password from admin. Inferior blind SQL injection. Inferior injection does not transfer data directly to a web application, making exploiting it more challenging. Instead of the attacker sends the payload to observe the application behavior, response time to interfere information about the database. There are two primary types of infernal, infernal SQL injection. Boolean based blind injection. The attacker sends a SQL query to the database, forcing the applications to return a different result based on the true or false condition. By analyzing the application's response, the attacker can interfere whether the payload was true or false. Example: select star from user where ID is equal to 1 and 1 is equal to 1 true condition, versus select star from user where ID is equal to 1 and 1 is equal to 2 false condition. The attacker can interfere the result if the page content behavior changes based on the condition. Time-based blind induction. The attacker sends a SQL query to database which delays the response for specific time. If the condition is true by measure, the response time and attacker can interfere whether the condition is true or false. For example, select star from user where ID is equal to 1. If 1 is equal to 1, wait for delay, 5-second delay. If the response delayed by 5 seconds, the attacker can interfere that the condition was out of bound. SQL injection. Out of bound SQL injection is used when the attacker cannot use the name channel to launch an attack and gather result, or when the server response are unstable. This technique relies on the database server making an out-of-bound request, HTTPS or DNS, to send the query result to the attacker. HTTP is normally used in out-of-bound SQL injection to send the query result to the attacker server. We will discuss it in the detail in this room. Each type of SQL injection technique has its advantages and challenges. Understanding this technique is crucial for identifying and mitigating SQL injection vulnerabilities in web application. Inbound SQL injection is easy to exploit and detected, but noisy can be easily monitored. Inferior blind injection is more challenging to exploit and requires multiple requests, but can be used when detailed error messages are unavailable. Out-of-bound SQL injection is less common and highly effective, requiring external server control and relies on the database ability to make out-of-bound requests. By mastering this technique, penetration tester can effectively identify the SQL exploit SQL injection vulnerability, explaining organizations secure their web application against these crucial threats. What type of SQL injection uses the same communication channel for both the injection and retrieval? There was a common straightforward attack, same communication, that is inbound SQL injection. Inbound SQL injection. In-band. In out-of-band SQL injection, which protocol is usually used to send the query result to attacker's server? HTTP or DNS? HTTP. Second order SQL injection. Second order SQL injection, also known as stored SQL injection, exploit vulnerability where user supplied input is saved and sequentially used in a different part of the application. Possibly after some initial processing, this type of attack is more intuitive because the malicious SQL code does not need an immediate result in SQL syntax error, or other obvious issue, making it harder to detect with the standard output validation technique. And the injection uh, the injection occurs upon the second use of the data when it is received and used in SQL command, as the name second order. Select books where book title is equal to intro to PHP. Submit book title 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop table allow. Impact. Uh, the danger of second order SQL injection lies in its ability to bypass typical front end defense like basic input validation or sanitation, which only occurs at the point of initial data entry. Since the payload does not cause distribution during the first step, it can overlook until it's too late, making the attack practically stealthy. Example, we will use a book review application. The application allows user to add new books via web page add.php. Users are prompted to provide details about the book they wish to add to their database. You can access the app http let's see. Uh, well, sorry about that, guys. I have to see the animal scan is out. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Uh, the data collected includes SSN, book name, and the author. Let's consider adding a book with the following details: SSN UI001, book name, intro to PHP, author team. This information is imported through add PHP page. Submit. Let's copy this. As you know, the second order SQL injection is notably challenging to identify, unlike traditional SQL injection, which exploits real-time processing vulnerability. It occurs when the data previously stored in the database is later used in the SQL query. Detecting this vulnerability often requires understanding of how data flows through application and is reused, necessitating necessitating a deep knowledge of the backend operation analysis of code. Considering the PHP code snippet used in our application or adding books. Uh, if you can understand this, you are welcome. Mhm. Let's add our book. TEST. Will be TEST 1, 2, 3. and author name will be test notebook. Yeah, it is heading successfully. Let's see. Uh, the code uses a real escape string method to escape the special character in the inputs. While this method can mitigate some risk of immediate SQL injection by escaping single quote and other SQL meta characters, it does not secure the application against the second order SQLI. The key issue here is the lack of param- parameterized queries, which is essential for preventing SQL injection attacks when data is inserted using the real escape string method. It might include payload characters that don't cause immediate harm but can be activated upon consequent retrieval and used in another SQL query. For instance, inserting a book with a name like Intro to PHP drop table books might not affect the insert operation but could have serious implication if the book name is later used in another SQL context without proper handling. Let's try adding text. Alright, here you go. The SSM test successfully inserted into the database. The application includes features to update books details through an interface like update.php. This interface might display existing book details in editable form field, retrieved based on the earlier stored data, and then update can be based on user's input. The pentester would investigate whether the application reuses the data such as book name that was previously stored and potentially tainted. When would a constant SQL queries for updating records using this potential tainted data without proper sanitation or parameterize, parameterization by manipulating the data update feature. Let us check and see if the malicious payload added during the insertion phase gets executed during the update operation. The application failed to employ proper security practices at this stage. The earlier injected payload dropped the table books could be activated leading the execution of harmful SQL command like dropping a table. You can visit the page to update any book. Let's see. I am that, right? No, it is different. See. Hmm. Let's see. Now let's review update PHP code. The PHP script allows user to update book details within the bookstore database. Through the query structure, we will analyze the typical scenario where the penetration tester might look for SQL injection vulnerability, and specifically focusing on users how users input are handled and utilized in SQL queries. Mm. Update book sets book name is equal to new book name new author where this script begins by checking if the request method is post and if the update button was pressed, indicating that the user intend to update the book details following the script reviews. Uh, this variable is a new book new author are then used to construct a SQL query for updating the specified book details in the database. And the script uses multi-query to execute multiple queries It is also inserts logs into the logs table for analytical purpose, preparing a payload. We know that we can add or modify the book details based on the SSN. A normal query for updating the book might look like this. Update book, update books, set book name is equal to new book name author, new author, where SSN. However, SQL command could be manipulated if the attacker inserts a specified SSN. For example, if the attacker uses the SSN value, this when this value is used in the update query, if the effective and initial update commands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starts a new command, this would change the book name of all entries in the books table to add. Let's do this. Initial payload insertion. This is a payload we got. We'll copy that. Is inserted as SSN. The semicolon will be this. Let's see. Add book. Paste. We will use a. Where it is? Just a guys. I need to watch that out there. The semicolon will be used to terminate. Oh my god, I messed up. I knew something was. Book name will be TEST. Author name is Hacker HSC. KER. Let's see. Malicious execution. After that, when the admin or any other user which the URL, the update the book inserted payload breaks out internal command structure and let's visit the page. Let us add book. Yeah, we added that. Let's go to this page. Paste. The request URL was not found. Why not found? Wait a sec. The code will execute the flow. The update book set book name is called testing. Commenting out the rest. The double dash is an SQL command symbol. Anything following dash dash will be ignored by SQL server, effectively neutralizing any remaining parts of original SQL statement that could cause error or reveal the attacker. Once the above query is executed, it will change the name of all the books to hacked. Seriously. Uh, After that, when admin or any other user visits the URL, the updates the book, and new command. Oh, now I need to update my book. Let's see. Uh, uh, test. Let's see. Let's see. No. In this task, we explored the second order SQL injection, a wonderful book web application as a fantastic to examine how user inputs are stored and later utilize SQL query to crucial. This involves verifying all forms of data handling are secure against vulnerability, emphasizing the importance of thorough testing and knowledge of security practice to safeguard. What is the flag value after updating the titles of all compromise? Duplicate entry 123 update book set. Like I don't know, man. Duplicate entry. Uh, paste. There. Akroda. We will use this compromise. All the paste. Uh, compromise. Opening to EST. Test. Cut name. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, uh, the just last I'm gonna see some YouTube tutorials. I don't know. It is no walkthrough, right? Let's see. See some walkthrough. Paste. Oh my god! What the hell? Uh, let's see something. Uh, what the hell? What the hell is this? No, don't support this guy, man. This guy directly sounds. It's a very bad influence. Let's go with YouTube. Let's see. How the hell you got that? Update. It was the update. Yes. Oh ho ho ho. I'm so dumb. You can be more dumb than me. See. can be more dumb than me. Sorry, guys. Sorry. See, that was very crucial. I did not know that. I need to click my. Let's see. What is the flag value once you drop the table name? Drop the table hello from the database. Let's see. Add books. Uh, Drop table books. Let's see. Paste. I didn't add enough. This should work, right? Do we need more things? I don't think so. We need. Do we need that select star? Blah blah blah. Needed. We can do that. But let's see. Name. Becky Bucky. Work. We added that. Go to upgrade section. We send. Is that work? Upgrade. Okay, doesn't. Yes, we will store. Then we would construct the operating records using the potential tainted data without since by manipulating the application fails to employ proper security practices at this stage. The earlier injected payload drop table books could be activated leading almost like dropping a table. Ho 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 ho. We need something like this. Copy. Add a book. Paste book name. One author. Let's see. Add book. What the hell? Bookstore table doesn't exist. Trying to get proper. Where the fuck is that cover? Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Paste. Author T. Let's see. Just 1, 2, 3. T. E. S. E. Test a book. It is fine. Let's see. Let's see that. Paste. And then there is drop table books. Paste. TSD. Test. Author name. T. Add book. Table. Bookstore. Book. Let's try normal. Something happened, dude. That bookstore book doesn't exist. Why did this happen? Just a guys, I don't know what the hell is happening. I'm getting this error for some reason. Let's do it again from the scratch, guys. What the hell is that? Uh, da, da, da. See? Table, hello. Uh, let a few minutes. Just so we are back. We got that. Let's try it. Where it is? This one. We'll copy that. Copy and we'll paste it. Paste. And we will add that. GRP. GRP of the dot PHC of the parameters guys. Drop the APL link. Sorry for that. Airbase. PHC hello. Book name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And author name will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not will be hacked. It will be Compromise, right? Let's copy the spelling of compromise from here. Okay, Control V, add the book. We successfully added the book. Let's not that right. Copy link, paste. Mm, update. Let's see. Boom. We got only one. Not get the hello. Uh, why can't it? I don't know why though. Oh, I get it. I get it. We missed one simple thing, that is, we did not add this update. We cannot change it from here. Let us copy. Let's make a new book. Paste. The test updatable. Recent. And there we have it. Update. Yeah, we got that. To drop the table, you have to add this drop table hello. I got that from this guy. What was that name? The cyber clone. Let's see. We got the answers. Let's paste it in. Let's move on. Filter and evasion technique. In advanced SQL injection attack, evading filter is crucial for successfully exploiting vulnerabilities. Modern web applications often implement defensive measures to sensitivities or block common attack patterns, making simple SQL injection attempts ineffective. As pentester, we must adapt using more sophisticated technique to bypass these filters. This section will cover such methods including character encoding, no-code SQL injection, and handling scenario where space cannot be used. We can effectively penetrate web applications with the stringent input validation and security control by understanding and applying these techniques. కూడా తన్ని కొంచెం ఉండు తన్ని character encoding. Character encoding involves converting special character in SQL injection payload into encoded forms that may bypass input filters. URL encoding. URL encoding is a common method where characters are represented using percent sign followed as by their ASCII value in hexadecimal. For example, the payload or 1 is equal to 1 can be encoded as this one. This encoding can help the input pass through web application filters and decode by the database, which might not recognize it as malicious during initial processing. Hexadecimal encoding. Hexadecimal encoding is another effective technique for constructing SQL queries using hexadecimal value. For instance, the queries select star from user where name is equal to admin can be selected as select from user that number hexadecimal. By representing characters as hexadecimal number, attackers can bypass filters that do not decode these values before processing the input. Unicode encoding. Unicode encoding represents character using Unicode escape sequence. For example, the string admin can be encoded as 0 user. The string admin can be encoded as Unicode encoding that is similar, but I don't know. This method can bypass filter that only check for specific ASCII characters, uh, as the database will correctly process the encoded input. Example: in this example, we explore how developers can implement basic filtering to prevent SQL injection attacks by removing specific keywords and characters from user input. However, we will also see how attacker can bypass these defenses using character encoding techniques like URL encoding. Note, in the upcoming exercise, we will use database that is different from the last base. You can access the page at this site. Okay, here are the PSV code. Let's see. Paste. Book name. Search. Select star from where book name is equal to. Oh, it is wonderful. URL. Let's see. You can read that. Here is a JavaScript code in the index HTML page that provides user interface for searching. In the example, the developer has implemented a basic defense mechanism to prevent SQL injection attack by removing specific SQL keywords such as or and union and select. Is that right? Uh, we cannot see that, but here uh, special characters or and union select. There is something like that. Shooter can a function which strips the keyword from the input before they included in the SQL query. This filtering approach aims to make it harder for attackers to inject malicious SQL commands, as these keywords are essential for many SQL injection payload. Preparing the payload. Let's go through the process of preparing SQL injection payload step by step, showing how URL encoding can bypass basic defense. First, let's see what happens to a normal input that contains special character or SQL keywords. When we search for book named intro to PHP, we get the successful results shown below. Let's see. Uh, Paste. We got ID1. Maybe. Uh, I have that open, right? Uh, it is not working. Oh my god. Uh, I'm going off track. Let's see if we get that. Okay, then what? Uh, but if we try to break the query by adding special characters like etc, we will get the following. In the query, you have errors. Now we got this before. The SQL query not executing correctly. This probably means there is a chance of SQL injection, but let's try the inject payload. We will get the following. Alright. So what is happening here? When this happens is passed to HTTP script. The str replaces function will strip out the or keyword or single quotation, resulting in sanitized input that will not execute the intended SQL injection. This input is ineffective because filtering removes the crucial component needed for SQL injection to succeed. Uh, to, uh, to bypass the filtering, we need encoding the input using URL encoding, which represents the special characters and keywords in a way that filters does not recognize and remove. Here is an example payload. This is quotation, this is space, this is or, this is equal sign, this is double dash. In the above payload, one closes the current string or value in SQL query. For example, if the query is looking for book name that matches one, adding quotation close to string makes the request make the rest of the input part of the SQL statement part uses or operator and add condition that is true. This condition ensures that the return to of all records bypassing the original condition that was supposed to restrict the result. Similarly, starts a commenting SQL, causing database to ignore the rest of the query. This is useful to terminate any remaining parts of the query that might cause syntax error or unwanted condition. To ensure proper spacing, plus add a space after comment, ensuring that the comment is properly terminated and there are no issues from the console. We can see that clicking the search button makes Ajax call to search book.php. Uh, let's use the payload directly on PHP page to avoid unnecessary clicking validation of the client. Let's visit uh, this is this one, all right. Let's see. HTTP encoding. Wait a sec. Before searching, I need to know how the hell they come to that conclusion. Inspect network. Network reload. When we search dot PHP search, we get in this. All right, that's why they added that. searchbits.php that comes from here. Searchbit.php book name is equal to intro. Let's say correct. Let's see. What the hell? Opens in a new tab. That is not that. Sorry about that, guys. Huh? It is in there. Let's delete this. We don't update that and search. Yeah, error. Why? Oh, here they got the error. Sorry about that. Now you are encoded payload into using CyberChef to try to access the URL with the updated payload. We will get the following dumping. Now URL encodes the payload into. Let's open drive CyberChef. You mean to say this one is URL encoded? Uh, now we need to interface or let us place. I am using CyberChef for a minute. Our URL encoded. There it is. We will use this intro to this. Let's see. Yeah, we got that. So now it is one. Let me tell you what happened. Where this this. See, when we tried this, not work, and when we changed it to this one, should have we used this to add some space, something like that, but it did not work. Then we and notice that what was this? It was this one. See, we brought it was or this or. We changed that or into this one. 11. Quotation we changed it to 27. As you can see here. This or is here or. We changed or into double. That is why we got that. The payload works because URL encoding represents the special character and SQL keyword in a way that bypasses the filtering mechanism. When the server decodes the URL encoded input it restores the special character and keywords, allowing the SQL injection to execute successfully. Using URL encoding, attackers can craft a payload that bypasses basic input filtering mechanism designed to block SQL injection. This demonstration the importance of using more because differences such as parameterized queries and prepared statements which can prevent SQL injection. attack regardless of input encoding. What is the MySQL error? Was invalid queries entered with bad characters. That is, let's see if we will use that. Copy. Paste. You have an error SQL syntax that 1064. 1064. What is the name of the book where ID is equal to 6? That is Animal Series. What does this say? Use server sufficient years. URL that is let's see. Paste. One is equals it's nice. Wait a second, maybe we'll try it. Copy. Uh, 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 it works. It works. Let's see. Now there is we are in soon as completed, right? Or it is continued. Filter using technique. No code SQL injection. No code SQL injection techniques are used when the application filters single or double quotes or escapes. Using numerical value or approach is the use one approach is to use numeric value or other data types that do not require codes. For example, instead of injecting 1 or 1 is equal to 1, attacker can use or 1 is equal to 1 in the context where both are. This technique can bypass filter that especially looks for escape or strip out codes, allowing the injection to proceed using SQL command. Another method involves using SQL command to turn. I don't know what I meant. Let's see. Commands to